Good morning everyone. Welcome to St. Francis e-learning school. We are learning the first lesson, living organism and classification of microbes. So today we start the next subtopic of this lesson, that is classification of microbes. Classification of microbes. In that microorganisms are there. That microorganisms is divided into two groups, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes means we all know our body is made by the cells. So the prokaryotic means the organisms which are having not well developed cells. Their cells are not well developed. In eukaryotic their cells are well developed. Now these prokaryotes are classified in a bacteria. Eukaryotes are again classified in three different groups, that is protista, fungi and algae. Now we learn one by one of each. First, the bacteria. The size of bacteria is 1 micrometer to the 10 micrometer. Micrometer, 1 micrometer means 10 raised to minus 6 meter. 10 raised to minus 6 means 0.00001 meter. The bacteria are unicellular organisms. Bacteria have prokaryotic cells with a cell wall. They reproduce by the simple binary fission. I repeat, bacteria reproduces by the simple binary fission. Binary fission means dividing a single cell into many cells. Now the second one is protozoa. Protozoa, the size of protozoa is 200 micrometer. Protozoa are found in fresh water, seawater as well as in soil. Sometimes protozoa are pathogenic. Pathogenic means the disease producing germs. Now protozoa are unicellular organisms. Protozoa have eukaryotic cells and protozoa reproduces by the simple cell division. Third one is there, fungi. The size of fungi is about 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. Fungi found on the dead bodies of plants and animals. See, if you remember in the first lecture, we learned about something about the saprophytic. Saprophytic, its definition is the organisms which get their food from the dead bodies of other organisms. They are known as saprophytic. So fungi is a type of a saprophytic because they found on the dead bodies of other organisms, other plant and animals. Then fungi are unicellular organisms. Fungi have eukaryotic cell and fungi reproduces sexually as well as asexually by the cell division or by budding. I repeat this point once again. Fungi reproduces sexually as well as asexually by the cell division or by budding process. Now the next one is algae. Algae is a type of a plant. They are found in water, under the water. The size of algae is approximately 10 micrometer to the 100 micrometer. They algae are aquatic animals, aquatic organisms. That means the organisms which are found underwater, they are known as aquatic organisms. Now the algae are autotrophic organisms. Autotrophic means what? Autotrophic means the organisms which make their own food. The organisms or the plant which make their own food, they are known as autotrophic organisms. So algae are the autotrophic organisms. Now algae are eukaryotic cells. Very few algae are unicellular. But most of them are multicellular. You all aware about the unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means the organisms which are having single cell, and multicellular means the organisms which are having more than one cells. See, algae performs the photosynthesis process. As algae are a plant, green plants, they are performing the photosynthesis. Do you know about the photosynthesis? You learned in the previous classes, photosynthesis is the process in which plants makes their own food. Now the last subtopic of our lesson is viruses. You all know about the virus. At present, one dangerous virus are spread in our country. So we learn about the viruses. The size of viruses is about 10 nanometer to 100 nanometer. See here, nanometer is there. That means 1 nanometer is equals to the 10 raised to minus 9 meter. That means after 0, after the decimal point, 9 digits are there, like a 0.000000001 meters. So viruses are very small. Its viruses is 100 times smaller than the bacteria. We cannot see the viruses with our naked eyes. So we can see these viruses with the help of some devices. So viruses can be seen only with the electron microscope. I repeat this point once again. Viruses can be seen only with the electron microscope. And viruses are independent particles. It does not depend on any other organisms. Now, viruses survive only in living plant or animal cell. Those who are alive, on that only the viruses are surviving. Because by using the living plant cells or living animal cells, they can produce their own proteins. And slowly after some times, viruses destroy the host cell and becomes the free. So viruses produces their own proteins. These own proteins they produce with the help of the living plant or animal cells. And after some times it destroys that cells. And the last one is there that we all know viruses cause many diseases to the plant and animal cells.